The Phillips Avenue Diner has been a staple in the downtown Sioux Falls community since 2005.
But before it was downtown, it had a different name and location. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Sydney Hoyer tells us about the history and the heart of the diner.
For over 20 years, the Phillips Avenue Diner has served locals and tourists in downtown Sioux Falls.
Found the diner on Food Network, good reviews, so we thought we would try it out.
But this diner got its start in western Sioux Falls.
They opened up in 2001 as the Market Diner. So the Market Diner was what the original boxcar was.
As the city grew around that location, the diner got less attention.
There was a lot more restaurants, a lot more coffee places, a lot more. It just continued to grow. So they were like, well, we need to find a new place because the sales just aren't as much.
While the diner is now in a bustling downtown, the area has seen a lot of change over the decades. Starting in the 70s, the shopping hub that downtown once was had slowed down.
On the block where the diner is located today, in 1974, a number of buildings were removed and that was converted into a parking lot for the first time.
In the 80s, there were more efforts to revitalize downtown.
They had a little amphitheater for concerts. It all sounds wonderful, but it was a massive failure. Businesses noticed that they got less foot traffic.
That's why in the early 2000s, a different approach was taken.
The mayor, Dave Munson, was the big contributor to that. He wanted to bring it down here because downtown was kind of aging. It wasn't so great.
The diner's move happened at a time when evenings downtown were not very popular.
There weren't a lot of other options, especially at night in downtown. And now, you go up and down Phillips Avenue on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night and just nothing but bars and restaurants and stores everywhere.
Once downtown, the diner was renamed twice.
They actually changed the name from the Market Diner to the Dixie Bros, so that's kind of what people know it as.
Now called the Phillips Avenue Diner, it's a popular spot for locals.
They enjoy being able to have a talk with us. It's just a kind of a community at the diner.
And tourists.
On the weekends especially, we see a lot of tourists. It's interesting to see and learn their names and where they're from.
We don't have any diners like this back in Minnesota where we're from.
After learning that the diner was not originally located downtown, Jewison thinks the move was a good choice.
I would say where they have the setting, it definitely belongs where it is. It kind of doesn't stick out, it fits in.
Despite other popular food spots moving in, the diner has retained its popularity.
They've had breakfast places come downtown, but it just never affects us. People like that diner atmosphere.
And that goal of reviving downtown seems to have worked.
It didn't look as nice. They put a lot of money into it, I can tell, especially going down to the falls, the Levitt.
The sculpture garden's nice. We're going to check out the falls next. We haven't been there.
With over 2 decades at the current location in the books, the Phillips Avenue Diner is ready to keep serving customers and the downtown area for years to come.
We still see a lot of customers coming down, more people wanting to come downtown. And I hope it continues to grow that way. And I think the diner's a big part of that downtown. And I think downtown communities always told us, like, we appreciate the diner and we want to keep you guys down here.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Sydney Hoyer.
Now, starting in 1973, 2 blocks of Phillips Avenue were closed off and made into a pedestrian mall between 9th and 11th. Cars were not able to drive on Phillips. That lasted about 13 years, but ultimately it was not successful.